Okay, so I forgot to hit record on my video here. So for you streamers, we are a little bit ahead of you. We took this mask, which is found in the store, and then on the back, I attached this trim, this bead trim, which I found at Joann's. Okay, and then over the top on the front, I've attached this kind of dangly Venice lace, the black Venice lace. Okay, and so that's as far as we've gotten, and then I realized I didn't have the record on. So, all right. So let's see. What do I got here? I've got a string of some sort that's going to bother me. Alrighty. You liked the hawk nose on it? Is that what you're saying, Christy? Yes, the mask came from the Gone Artsy store. I sell these and they come in black, white, and red. And I chose to do a black one because of the month that we're doing this in, which is October. And so we've made this Macabre month. And so I decided to do black. I just thought red was too much. Red was just too much for me. But the black lace probably would have showed up better on it. Okay, so let's move on and go across the top here now. And I got to figure out where I want to start it at. I think I want it right there. Okay. So, get that out of there. And I want to welcome all the new people. I really appreciate you coming out tonight and supporting us. And we will have a full month of classes next month. This month we're just doing 2 weeks of it. Everybody's kind of getting their feet wet. All of the DT members that have chosen to do classes will have one available this week and next week. And we will be rescheduling Rhonda's, which we had a technical issue with on Tuesday night. We discovered it was her camera, so we were glad to hear that. But we really struggled, and we really apologize to those of you that came out that it just didn't happen. Let's see. I'm not liking that, so I think I'm going to take this off. That is the one good thing about a glue gun, though, is that you can take it off. And I'm going to start, actually, where I want this in the middle, because I think that's going to look better. So, okay, so I took it back off, see? And I am placing it so that it is symmetrical. I have a weird thing about symmetry in the center over the nose. So let's stick it back on here and we'll get going again. Yes, much better, much better. Hi, Mojo. Not sure who Mojo is, but hi, we're glad to have you here with us. Mojo, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are? Melinda. Melinda, do we know Melinda? Is she in Melinda? I don't know Melinda. Can't think of one. Ah, Melinda Harris. Oh, Crafty Mama. Okay, good. Yes, now I know who it is. Thank you, Jean. And thank you, Melinda, for introducing yourself. Okay, almost done with this lace part. I'm sorry, I went off camera there for a second. It was hot. Okay, one more little stretch of lace and we can move on to the decorating fun part. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go back over here and cut off this lace that I adjusted for. And don't throw your scraps away, ladies, because you can use these to make flowers. There's tons of tutorials out there on those. Even a little piece like this can be used. Okay, so set my extra lace aside here, and let's take a look at what we got so far. So you can see that lace a little better here across the top than, of course, you can on the bottom. Like I said, I wish I had ironed it, but honestly, I didn't think about it ahead of time. But that's what we got going on. Yeah, they are beautiful. They're like a plastic in the back, so they're pretty comfortable because I put one on to see what it felt like, and they're smooth. And the lace on the front is just so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my heat gun just for a second and blow off these strings, so bear with me with the noise. Okay. All right, so I'm pretty sure that when I'm all done here, I'm going to lay this on an ironing board and try to steam. I won't be able to actually press because of what's behind it, but try and steam these down. I think that will make it look just a tad better. So that's my plan. Okay, not liking that. Let's get that off there. So, like I said, this is Playtime with Deb. I didn't have time to practice ahead of time. So you guys get the benefit of my mistakes, and if you make something like this, iron your lace first. Okay? Okay, so that's what we got going on so far. So the next thing I wanted to do is I wanted to give it a teardrop because every macabre scene has a teardrop. So I'm going to put that right in the corner of the eye. Okay, now this will be the right eye if you're wearing the mask. Okay, so now we have a teardrop. But I didn't want to just have a teardrop, so that's why I got these little red pearl hearts out earlier. I'm going to put a red heart right in the center of that crystal. So she's crying hearts. Hi, Gidgy Love. Gidgy Love, do we know your real name? Do we know who you are? Can you introduce yourself? Okay, there we go. So she is now crying. Whoops, I'm trying to get it into us so where you can see it good. She is now crying a heart. Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Amy Love Watson. See, I wouldn't have gotten your name just from your Ustream name. Okay, so that's where we're at now. And I think that's probably going to be enough of those hearts. I just wanted a little touch of the red in there. Even though this is supposed to be kind of macabre, I'm trying to also keep it elegant because this could potentially be something that someone might want for a wedding, not just a Halloween costume. There are lots of people out there that have theme weddings. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I've got these 3 different colors. Okay, I bought it in red, black, and white. I bought 1.5 yards of the white. And I'm going to spread that out. Now this part's going to be hard for me to show on camera, but I'll do my best. And I'm going to move my glue gun way out of the way because that will melt it. Okay. So I've got 1.5 yards, and I'm taking the side that has the seam, you know, the finished edge. Okay. So I'm spreading that out. Okay. And now I'm going to take my black and I'm going to layer that out. And on this one, I only bought 1 yard. So I went 1.5 yards of white, 1 yard of black. And I'm going to lay that kind of in the middle here of the white. It doesn't have to be perfect, just close. And you'll see why. Okay. So now I've got that spread out. And now the red, whoops, I want my red. Now I've got the red one, and on this one I did 1/2 yard. So we've got 1.5 yards, yard, 1/2 yard. Okay, let me get this spread out. And of course, you know, tomorrow you will be able to see the still pictures. I will take pictures and you'll see it. Okay, so there I've got those, and I'm just going to, actually for the sake of quickness, I'm going to just tack these 3 little edges right where the red ends. I'll just make my life easier. For right now anyway. Ah! Maybe. The glue gun's catching on the bottom of this. Okay, a wood table is not the best place to use netting. Just an FYI in case you have a wood table. This is literally an unfinished door that I used for my table when we got here, and I would, if I were making this for a customer or something, I would do it on my good table upstairs where it's finished and will slide easily. So, okay. So now we have those kind of tacked together, and I'm just going to take this side piece and I'm going to start gathering. So I'm just going to gather the white, gather, gather, gather. I know you can't see this. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so we have it gathered together like that. Okay, and now I've reached the black, so I'm going to add that in. And I'm going to gather the 2 now together. Gather, 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 gather. Okay, so now I've reached the point of the red. Okay, and like I said, it does not have to be perfect. All right, and where did my little clippies go? There they are. Excuse me. And I'm going to clip that together because I was not prepared. Everybody knows Deb doesn't do things in the right order. So I'm going to thread my needle now. And I'm using red thread because that'll be the top layer, which will show. Okay. Knot that up. Okay, so now I've got this. I'm going to unclip it. Make sure that I've got everything gathered nicely. And I'm just going to literally tack this. And I cannot sew. So if I can tack, anybody can tack. Well, I shouldn't say I can't sew. I'm not very good at it. I can do it. I'm just not very good at it. Okay, and I'm just going to go over the top now a couple of times. Basically what I'm trying to do is just get it to all hold together. And I think that's enough, so I'm just going to finish it off. Okay, so we've got one side done. I'm going to knot that up so I can use it and it'll be ready for the next side. Oh, yeah! Oh, you were using the wrong paper. Oh, yeah, tinfoil does help a lot, Pam. All right, so I'm going to shake this out for a second off camera, guys. Okay, and now I can get this back up here on camera. Okay, and all I'm going to do is repeat the process. Start with the white and gather. Try to make your gathers about the same size as you did on the other side. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of this particular project. It will be hidden. If you were actually making a regular veil, you would be much more careful. But this will be hidden by those roses. So, okay, I've reached the point of the black, and so I'm going to gather some more again. And back and forth. And I'm just basically accordion folding it to make my gathers. Okay. And somehow I got off on the white, so I'm going to have to work that in. There we go. And we're going to go across. And right there we've met the red. So I'm going to go ahead and tack it again. And I'm just making, you know, 2 or 3 through the actual fabric and then going across the top to kind of lock stitch it in. Okay, now I'm going to go across the top. Okay, and lock stitch it or finish it off. And there we go. Okay, cut that off. All right, and there we have the basics for the back of the veil. Okay, and you don't want it to be too tight, too small, because remember, it's got to fit onto this and still be able to get around their head. So it's okay if it sags in the back. That just adds to the elegance, or they can, you know, put a bobby pin in it or whatever, but you don't want it too tight because then they can't wear it. So I am going to attach this side. I don't know if you can see here, I'm trying, to the corner. And normally I would use E6000 to make it really stick, but I'm going to use glue gun because we're short on time. So I'm going to put a good glob on there and put that right in the corner. And then I'm going to put one of these on to hold it for a second because I have glue all over my fingers now. I am not a glue gun girl. Okay, remember guys, this is just playtime with Deb because I did not have this done in advance to try it out. But so far I'm liking what it's coming out to be. And I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side and do the same thing. So we're just going to tack this down on this side. Oh, shoot. See, that's why I don't like glue guns. It came off already. I am just so not a glue gun person. Okay, so I'm going to redo that, and then I'm going to put that clip on and leave it there for a minute. Glue gun works great on paper. I just don't see that how people love it so much on anything else because I never have good luck with it. Anybody else have that problem? Okay, and now I'm going to the other side. I know I'm off camera, sorry, but got to be for the second because of the way that I'm trying to get this to lay. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to get another clip on there. Okay, so this is what we have for the mask, and then the veil is in the back. And like I said, once you have the still shots, I think you'll get what I was going after. And they still can tighten it by using the actual ribbon that was on the mask. So that will keep it tight to the face. And this they can either drape it, you know, elegantly drape it by just pulling it apart. Or they can bobby pin it in their hair if they have an updo. Fabri-Tac might work better. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I really love E6000 and I use it on almost everything. No, I am not going to model it for you because I don't have any makeup on. And yeah, no, sorry. You can come here, Christy, and I'll let you model it. No, Pam. All right, so now we've got that attached, and I have this big long thing of veil here, as you see, all that fabric. So I am going to just kind of twist it up for now and get it out of my way so I can finish working. We are almost done. Okay, so I've got that out of the way, and it's going to be kind of awkward now because it is so big. So this is what we've got going on. Now we need to cover these sides, and I want to use these roses from Miriam's that I told you about earlier to cover these side parts where, great, there we go, where my tacking is. See, so you don't want that to show. So we're going to cover that like that. Now, these charms do have these little things on the top, the little, I'll show you, the little loops, because they are actually charms. So I'm going to take my wire cutters. Almost blanked it there. And I'm going to cut those off. So give me a second because I'm blind unless I'm right on top of it. My bifocals do not work. So I'm going to go over here and do that. Okay, now whenever you do something like that, you also want to smooth down that edge. I have a metal file because I do quite a bit of jewelry working with the brooches and just all the different stuff I do. So what I'm going to use tonight is this round small file just because it's easy, but I'll show you there are also big flat metal files like this, and that would work. Actually might work just fine, so I'm going to go ahead and do it since I got it out. And the reason that I'm doing that is just to get those sharp edges, because you sure don't want anybody to get, you know, cut from something that you've made. And I go in one direction only when you're doing it, and then turn it over and go the other direction if you feel the need. Okay, so that's nice and smooth now. I'm going to do the same to the other. And you know, I could have probably left those on there and hung something from it, but I just think this has got enough. I want it to still be somewhat elegant, and I try really hard not to be an over-the-top person. I like things to be enough without being so far over the top that it won't appeal to everyone. Does that make sense? A nail file will work as well, but when you're using metal, those metal files do it so fast. And I do a lot of jewelry, so that's why I keep those on hand. Okay, so I'm going to put this right over the top in the corner like that. And again, I'm going to do it with a glue gun, and I don't know if I'll be able to stay on camera because of all this extra, but I will try. Okay, so I got to figure out how exactly I want it to lay. I want it high enough to cover all that. So I think, yeah, I think up there is going to be good. So I'm just going to take some glue and put it on the back here. And then I'm going to try to place this so that it covers up all of those raw edges. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And then I believe we have a finished product. So get that glue on there. Okay, I got to do this one off camera, guys. Sorry. It's just not laying right. And there we go. That is, well, our finished mask. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm bunching it up, but okay, let me grab my little head thing and see if that helps. If we can see what it looks like on there. Because, yeah, I'm so not modeling. Ow. All right. Okay, Rebecca, while I'm getting this on here, can you count how many people we have in the group here tonight on the, you know, on the channel? Have any of you guys ever had one of these foam heads and painted it? Because I seriously thought about it, because it's really hard to show things on white for some reason. Oh, yes, Harbor Freight. Yep, yep, yep. We don't have one here in Fort Walton Beach, but I had one in Temple when I lived in Texas, and I went there all the time. Loved their tools. Ugh. All right, I'm struggling to get this on to stay tight enough. But I'm trying. Trying. Mainly because it's, you know, not a human head and I can't keep it in one spot. Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to tape this. Voila. All right. Okay, so I am going to back this out as far as I can. Let's see. Camera, where did you go? There it is. Yeah, see, that's what I was, oops, that's the wrong one. That's why I haven't painted it, because I was afraid it would melt it too. Black pantyhose over the head. Ooh, that's a good idea, or even a nude colored one, just to give it something. Okay, camera. Could you decoupage it? Oh, that's a good idea too. See, you guys are awesome. That's why I love these, because we can talk. Oh, there's so many good ideas. Okay, so I can't get it to, so I'm just going to move the actual camera. So excuse myself in the background here. But there's what we have. Like I said, this, I wish that I had ironed this lace in the front here, but it, you know, it looks pretty good on the top. And then in the back, now I taped it to hold it still, but in the back here, this just hangs loose. There's no way to measure it. If you had an actual client, you could measure their head. So what I would do if I were actually working with a client is I would just pin this up under their hair like that. Because most people nowadays wear either a bun or, you know, they pull it off to the side or something. And I would pin it. A life cast. Oh, well, aren't you just the crafty one? I would love to do that. Okay, so that is Playtime with Deb. I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Whoops, here, let me get it. All right, I am so backwards. I cannot make my right and left work with the camera. I'm bad at backing up a car, too, for the same reason. And that's what we have with the roses and the teardrop. And you could use it at a macabre wedding or at a costume party. So it was just a fun thing to try with the mask, just something different. Yes, you could use flowers. I mean, there's so many things you could do to decorate these masks. The white ones, if it were a white wedding, oh, those would be just gorgeous. But I wanted to do, like I said, I wanted to do the macabre thing since I didn't do it this month with my surgery. Yeah, what am I going to make? It's only $8.50. All right, Pam, I can only handle an hour at a time, honey. My knee gets tired after an hour of hanging down. I'm getting there, one day at a time. All right, so we are going to do our kit giveaway. So I need Rebecca. Did you figure out how many people are in the chat or at the thing here? Yes. Yep, everybody. Christie's is Saturday night. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern time, so 8 Central. Okay, so we got 10 people in the group, so that's pretty good odds then. Let's say a number between 1 and 50. Do not put a number in until I say go. And if you don't know what the Linda kit is, you can go to the store and see it, but it's really pretty fall colored doilies and stuff. And Rebecca, if you wouldn't mind texting me a number between 1 and 50. I'm going to put my phone right here so you guys can see I'm not cheating. All right, ready? Everybody put a number in. 1, 2, 3, go. 1 to 50. Oh, and sorry guys, but my DT members are not eligible, so it's just the people that are not on the DT. Okay, waiting for Rebecca's text. And okay, Julie's here but can't get her chat to work. So Julie, PM me a number, please, on Facebook. We don't want to leave anybody out. And the person that's closest without going over will be the winner. So, Julie, if you can hear me, I'm waiting for your PM. Okay, I'm going to give her just a couple more seconds, guys. And I'm going to tilt this back down. No offense, but I don't think you need to look at my chest. And I've had people say in the past, make comments about it. And so I'm just going to move it. There we go. No, Rebecca. Okay, so Julie still hasn't PM'd me. Julie picked in social stream. Oh, okay. So, Christy, can you go and find out what her number is and type it in for me? Her number is 43. Okay. All right, guys. So the big reveal, I'm going to show you my phone so you can see we're not cheating. The number is 25. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to get it in clear. There we go. So the winner is, looks like, Pam Sutton. She was the closest without going over. Yay, Pam! So I will get your Linda kit out to you tomorrow. And don't feel bad because we will have a drawing at least once, probably twice a month on our shows in the DT here. I'll assign somebody to give something away. So come on back on another day and hang with us because we like to have fun, but you know, we're not experts. We just do it to have fun and the love of everything crafting. I really, really, really appreciate you guys showing up tonight. Again, I apologize for Monday. We will get that rescheduled. Okay, so that's it. All right, guys. Thanks, and I will see you on Saturday night for Christy's show. Hope you all make it. Thank you. And it won't always be, you know, something this crazy, but it was different and fun, and I just wanted to play. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.